If you are getting trouble code for the OCV, oil control valves, on your Toyota, today I'm going to be showing you how to test them. We're going to use a multimeter, 12-volt tester, and a 12-volt battery. Ensure the battery and the multimeter is in very good condition so you get a good reading. Also ensure you have a very good battery so you also have a good reading. Now, before anything, my suggestion is check fuses first and do a visual inspection before testing the OCV valve. You also can check the electrical connector if it's getting 12 volts by turning on the ignition switch and then use the multimeter and check if 12 volts are coming out of the electrical connector. So always make sure that you have 12 volts there. Also check the engine oil level and also ensure that the oil is in very good condition, because dirty oil or debris can cause the plunger to stick inside and it's gonna cause the OCV not to operate properly. Now, if you have done all these checks and everything turns out to be good, maybe you're dealing with an engine that is off timing. Sometimes that is the case even if you don't see codes for the camshaft position sensor or for the crankshaft position sensors. I have dealt with this situation in so many cases since I work with Toyota vehicle most of the time. Now, if the OCV is going bad, you're still gonna be able to drive around, but it's not good to drive with a bad OCV because you're gonna have engine stalling, engine shaking, and some drivability issues. And the engine might randomly shut off when you're driving, so it's a little bit dangerous. So just be careful when you have codes for the OCV valves. But most of the time you're gonna be able to turn on the engine. In some cases, as I said, the engine might shut off, but it's gonna be able to turn back on. Now, if the engine shakes too much, maybe you're dealing with engine off timing, as I said before. So we're gonna go ahead and test this device right now. Alright, I'm gonna test the resistance. If the resistance is between 6.9 and 7.9, then this oil control valve should be passing the first test. Let's see. 7.6. Definitely this oil control valve has passed the first test. Now we're gonna test it with the 12-volt battery. Alright, these are the two pins here. Pin number 2 is negative, as I said, remember. I'm gonna apply ground here on pin number 2. Now I'm gonna apply 12 volts here, and we're gonna see if the plunger moves freely with no problem, or if it's sticky or something. One more time. Very good. So the plunger is moving freely inside with no problem, and that's why it's very important to take it out of the vehicle and test it outside. Now remember, if the valve passes one test, but if it doesn't pass the other, then it's still defective. It cannot be installed in the engine because you're still gonna have drivability issues. So for the valve to work properly, it has to pass both tests, like in this case. So if you don't get these results, the oil control valve is defective. So thanks for watching this video and stay blessed.